Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match reaction. Everton 1, Burnley 0. Everton have won a game of football. It's about time. It's only been 4 months since we last did it. And the last time we won a game, we beat Burnley. If you'd have said to me that night when we won a Turf Moor that we wouldn't win again till we played Burnley in April, I wouldn't have believed you. We just won the 4th game on the spin at that time and everything was looking rosy. Fast forward, it's not as rosy. It's anything but rosy, really. But we've won the game today, and essentially, that's all that really matters. It was a poor game of football. Everton were not very good. Neither were Burnley. The game was settled quite fittingly by a fluke, an awful goal. But ultimately, we've won the game. We've got 3 points, and we needed them. Luton Town winning in the last minute has made everyone very nervous again, and obviously we find out about the new PSR charge on Monday. I'm expecting 2 points to be taken off Everton, which means that we're fully in this relegation fight, and it's what's really unsettling is Luton are not going anywhere, and therefore if the 2 points thing is right, then there's just 2 points between them and Everton. They do have Man City away next week. We've got Chelsea, obviously, but we've won a home game, and that is what will keep us up, winning our home games, and we've done it today. The manager was without Amadou Onana, who he said was injured. He said he got through training, but then said he was too sore to play, and Idrissa Gana Gueye's wife gave birth overnight, so he was unavailable. I mean, Roy Keane would say, well, it wasn't him that gave birth, was it? But quite clearly, he was up all night, so he wasn't available either. It meant we went with Andre Gomez and James Garner in the centre of the park. Amadou Onana. Abdoulaye Doucouré ahead of those two. Ashley Young out wide on the right. Dwight McNeil on the left. Dominic Calvert-Lewin came into the side after his penalty at Newcastle. He led the line. And Everton, yeah, the start wasn't convincing. I wanted us to come out flying at Luton, get the crowd. The crowd were the brilliant, the atmosphere, the flags, lovely sunny day at Goodison today. The crowd done their bit to try and get the team going. But the opening, kind of like 10 or 15 minutes, was quite flat, really. We didn't really do anything. We chased and harried in the opening couple of minutes, but that soon fell away, and we allowed Burnley a little bit too much possession. He didn't really do anything with it, but we just gave up the ball. And the problem I have with the way we're doing things is that when we do break, because if we're playing, say, on the counter-attack, our decision-making is awful. Our patterns of play aren't great. And this is why when people turn around and say, well, these players just aren't good enough to do anything different. Well, without being disrespectful to Burnley, there was not many players in that team today. I had one at Everton. And yet they knocked it round really nicely. And okay, I will take the retort that comes back from that as Everton won the game and Burnley didn't. I get that. I get it. But my point is, you can have your team playing nice football and getting forward. Burnley's big problem is they didn't commit enough men into the box. But it is what it is. Everton didn't really... We'd get to the final third, which you do in a lot of games, and just made the wrong decision. Ashley Young overhit a cross when, we had options in the penalty area. Dwight McNeil stole the ball centrally and fired a shot towards goal, but dragged one wide. The other one got deflected. A couple of times we got in, and there was a couple of good runs from people like Andre Gomez and Abdoulaye Doucouré getting towards the byline and pulling the ball across. Some nice little bits of movement, which showed to me that this team can play that kind of football. Just didn't pick the right ball out at the last minute, but we got in. But there was no sustained pressure, and the crowd were getting annoyed and frustrated, I think, as the first half went on. But then we go and get a goal, and it's, from Burnley's point of view, it's calamitous really, because the ball's given with Murray, and he'd got away with one earlier in the half that deflected up and went forward, and you can just tell that there's accidents waiting to happen. I think when you play out from the back, it always puts you on the back foot if the team pressing does it correctly. what happened was the ball was rolled back to Murray. Dominic Calvert-Lewin closed them down quickly. He drove the ball against Calvert-Lewin. It looped back over him and into the net. And we saw Liverpool got a goal on Thursday, very similar. Darwin Núñez, the goalkeeper smashed it. Sheffield United smashed it against him. It went in. You take those chances, you run that risk. I'd be fuming if I was a Burnley fan with that. Just clear your lines and reset. But it's what they do, and they've probably done it all season, and certainly in the cup game at Goodison, that's what they did, and we took the ball off them quite regularly then as well. We went in 1-0 up at the break. It is mad, isn't it? Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 24 games, I think it was, without a goal. Gets a penalty, scores at Newcastle on Tuesday night, and then today one goes in off his foot. Whereas there might have been a time in that run when a goalkeeper would have smashed it against him, wouldn't have gone anywhere near the goal. It's mad how things can somehow, a little bit feeling more confidence, and that ends up being what was the winning goal for Everton. Come out for the second half, and I thought Burnley played better than us in the second half. I thought what Everton did was pick them off, and Everton had more opportunities to kill the game off, but I thought they knocked it round a little bit better than we did. Well, much better than we did in the second half. Again, without doing any kind of threat to Jordan Pickford's goal. Everton did have opportunities. Dominic Calvert-Lewin done ever so well. Got through and then should have buried the opportunity, and he didn't. Try to side-foot it beyond Murray instead of blasting it or lifting it. He'd have scored. It would have been a good goal from him. He had another good run across the box, and it won with his left foot that just shaved the crossbar on its way over. Burnley went down to 10 men. Burnley were reduced to 10 men. Dara O'Shea with a reckless challenge really on Dwight McNeil. McNeil had the run of the half. He'd have been, would he have got the ball? Don't know. You never know, do you? Because you see the challenger, but there was nobody covering Dara O'Shea. Took him out. Michael Oliver went straight for the red card, didn't hesitate. And quite obviously with VAR, they will have looked at it as well and seen there was no clear and obvious error. So Dara O'Shea left the pitch. And I thought Everton would really go on and put Burnley to bed then. There was, like I said before, there was very little threat from Burnley offensively because decision-making for them wasn't great either. But Everton, Sean Dyche seemed to pull people back to keep the structure. Listen, there'll be people who are quite comfortable with the way Everton play. Sitting back on a 1-0 and grinding it out. But there was a lot of Evertonians in the ground that made nervous. And I just think there was an opportunity there to go and just put Burnley to the sword and get it killed off. We know results the way they've gone. And Everton have won, so it's fine. But I just think we have to be more confident in what we're doing. It just meant they still cut through us with 10 men, still knocked the ball around with 10 men. And we saw this, the fear for me was when we were winning at Brighton. We were 1-0 up. We were comfortable 11v11. They went down to 10 men. We then went and sat in our box and just encouraged them onto us, and they ended up scoring a 95th minute equaliser. That was the fear today. They made the change. Josh Brown will come on, and within about 15 seconds of being on, had a shot, and it just missed the far post, and that should have been a warning to go, we have to step this up. We didn't. We did have moments when we could have killed it. Dwight McNeil fired one over. The manager replaced Dominic Calvert-Lewin with Beto, and I don't think it was one of Beto's better performances, let me put it that way, but he did get in a couple of times. Good tackle, good recovery tackle from Estefan, I think his name is, or Estevan. Made a good block on one. Another one, he was threaded through, right through the middle. On he went. I think it was Andre Gomes played him through. He got across the defender, and it was the chance to just kill the game. And for some reason, he went back and he goes down too easily. It wasn't a penalty. But the frustration for me there is Beto was running, facing the goalkeeper, running through on the goalkeeper. He should be sprinting away from that defender and thinking about getting a shot off and killing the game, and he goes down. The referee didn't give it. It will have been checked by VAR, so it obviously wasn't a penalty anyway. And then Everton had another penalty shout later on, and it was James Garner this time. And this one looked like there was contact, but I think maybe it was just on the edge of the box. And obviously the referee didn't give it, and once he doesn't give it, if it's outside the box, they don't go back to it. But James Garner seems to think he was caught. And then you are hanging on because you haven't killed the game off. We had a couple, Dwight McNeil put a great cross in. They made a tremendous clearance before Beto could tap it in. Then you're into that, you know, the 5 minutes injury time goes up. And it's nervous, isn't it? You're nervous knowing we need the win. And at this stage, Brentford were beating Villa and Luton were drawing with Bournemouth. It's like, can we eke this out? And then, you know, news comes through, Luton have won or have gone in front against Bournemouth, and you are thinking, do not throw this game away. And we give a corner away in the 94th minute and 40 seconds of 5 minutes injury time, and they bring the goalkeeper up, and it really is, you know, you're terrified because a little flick and a goal, you've thrown away a great opportunity for 2 points, you know, for that extra 2 points against a team who's second to bottom, who have knocked it round nicely, and Burnley had 63% of the ball today, but haven't really looked like they're going to score. But luckily, we didn't. We cleared it. The referee, well, everyone didn't know he'd blown the whistle for a few seconds, but we won the game, far from a vintage performance by Everton. But we've won our first game in 4 months, and we should enjoy that. A clean sheet as well. Keeping the stat going, that since the beginning of last season, Everton have never won a game in which the opposition have scored at Goodison Park. Every win we've had, we've kept the clean sheet in. So make of that what you will. But we won the game. It feels good to win a game. Like I said, we're going to go into that PSR charge on Monday. I'm thinking it's going to be 2 points taken off us, which means that win today was huge. Man of the match for me, I'm going to give to Jarrod Branthwaite. Thought he was brilliant all day. Some tremendous tackles, great blocks, calm and assured on the ball. Even had a shot when he won the ball in the first half, went on a little run and had a shot, tracked it wide, but it was worth a go. So Jarrod Branthwaite is my man of the match. That's it from me. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and check out the 3 talking points video. That'll be out shortly as well. Thanks for watching. See you later.